3, 2, 1. Welcome to the 225 podcast with your host, Noah Ray, Andrew Cargill, and me, Matthew Alvazotti.
Mr. Powerlifting America. Bro is Mr. America.
Damn right. Dude, tracksuit came in. I feel like a god right now.
Well,
this is the pimp suit right now. I'm going to walk everywhere with this.
bro is a PAMP.
Yo.
Damn right. We have not filmed a podcast in a while.
It has been over a week.
Yeah, because we filmed those last episodes like
Before. So I was in Costa Rica for a week. That's why I look so tan. It's a joke. I didn't tan out much. Maybe I do. I don't know.
No.
That's not what you said last night. But
Okay. Ooh, the lights were down.
Starting off fiery.
sun your balls for long enough.
Wow.
I was hanging out with Paul Saladino. Just kidding. That'd be cool though. Yeah, it was super sick. Little family vacay. First time in like 5 ever. So yeah, it was pretty sick.
Nice.
I had a lot of coffee there, but I didn't have a lot of energy drinks.
Yes, you did. That's
Yeah,
a lie. Tagged us in every single day.
But I have been jonesing for a ghost cherry limeade. So it's just a little like
I'm not out of the freezer.
Go grab yours.
it's like a little like we just didn't have enough time for this episode and this morning because they were supposed to do it earlier this week, but they are busy. So whatever.
We were planning Saturday for the past week.
No one told me that.
Well, I didn't know when you were coming back, so I thought you were going to be longer.
Yeah, we were planning on doing. I thought you were coming back Sunday.
I guess no one cares about me. Anyway, I have a ghost cherry
Pretty
lime.
much.
They've got some lost and found. It's just what we had around the house.
I haven't even eaten.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm
First thing going to my system this morning.
Nah, dude.
Holy moly, that's
Cherry limeade out my butt.
What?
This is still so good.
Okay. I like grape more.
No. This is still like
No.
This is still my number one.
We should make. Oh, after the pod, I'll bring that up.
No, bring it up. Go ahead and talk about it.
No, bring it up after the pod.
Yeah.
That's
So,
depressing.
can't really do a week in training for myself.
Well, did you get to train in any cool gyms or no?
No, I did. Oh, no, okay. So actually, they had a jungle gym, like an outdoor wooden gym.
Did you train there?
It was $45.
Ooh.
For a day pass?
Yep. Not a single person there the entire time.
Yeah.
It was cool, but I'm like, I won't be able to get a legit session.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been
That's
a cool
purely
video,
for social
but
media there.
And it was like, I'm not jacked enough for, like, realistically, like, I couldn't make sick. Like, if I was, like, Joe Aesthetics, yeah, it would, like,
It's worth
he's
it,
done that. But, like,
he's also R.I.P. Joe.
I know, that was so sad.
Yeah,
What's that?
But there is a gym down there for, like, the people. There's 2 power bars, like, legit Rogue Ohio bars with, like, a solidly fresh knurling. And then there was kilo plates. Not calibrated kilo, but, like, kilo bumpers. But they weren't thick bumpers. They were just, like, normal steel plates. It was, like, every session was solid. There was Rogue racks, not combos, but just, like, a rack.
Yeah.
The dumbbells only went up to 50, which was, like, I had to get creative with my variations. I was doing, like, 1 up, and then doing 1, and then, like, yeah, because it's just, like, I can't dumbbell press 50, you know? But anyway, it was super fun. I did have an ops down there, though. There was this old lady. Okay, so I'm deadlifting.
That's crazy.
And she walks in to work out, and I'm just like, hey, like, sorry for any noise. She goes, there better be no noise. And I was like, damn.
It's a gym. You can get over yourself.
And then my dad was working out, and he had just gone to the bathroom, and she's like, and he had left what he was using out because he was in the bathroom. She's like, are you using this? I'm like, no, my dad is. She's like, oh, is he gone? Because he's going to need to come back and put this away. I'm like, well, he's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then I deadlifted. I did
hate
the
people like
slowest
that.
tempo down possible.
Forget that. I'm making noise.
No, I hate people like that.
Yeah, but she's probably like a multi-millionaire.
I don't
Okay, is she
care.
going to give me $1 million?
No, but I'd probably get banned from the gym knowing how these people work.
Okay, well, you're going to be down there for a week. Sounds like there was a jungle gym.
That she could go to. Jeez,
Yeah.
send her to the jungle. Get bit by a snake. Oh no.
Oh, God. That old woman.
Oh no.
Anyway. Jungle gym.
So yeah, I start prep on Monday, so just a chill little deload.
Yeah, I was supposed to start prep this week, too. That's not happening anymore.
So,
But on
he goes
today's...
first because then you roll into the top.
Oh, okay. You go.
I actually have no idea what I did this first week of training. I can't remember.
He just did.
Bro, you did
America.
like singles.
Yeah, I did singles.
Just how like Ken does beach, he does powerlifting America.
Yeah, Mr. Powerlifting
Just
America.
can't.
Yeah, no, I just had singles. I had 500 single squat and 540 single deadlift, and then 374 single bench. All fairly decent. Everything felt good. And yeah, now it's light singles yesterday and today, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
So, in today's episode, we're going to kind of talk about injury, kind of what happens if you get injured, because in this sport, a lot of people get injured when you probably shouldn't. You're not expected to get injured in anything you do, but stuff happens. It's not necessarily anyone's fault, but yesterday I had a little mishap on squatting and hurt my back a little bit. So I was doing high bar. I went into that session, and okay, I was telling Edie about this. I think there are certain scenarios where you just have an unrealistic number in mind, and you try and go for that number, and it's just not there. I don't care how healthy I am. I don't care how like good I'm doing. 550 for 5 high bar when I've done high bar for 2 weeks, and that would be an all-time PR across the board for everything. That may be a little unrealistic.
I could
When I did 485 last week and was like, oh my god, it flew. Warmed up, did 45 for 2 yesterday, and then jumped to 540. That was a stupid jump. I should not have jumped that high, and I should not have I should have been like, okay, let's get 518. Let's see how 518 moves. But instead, I also was working in with someone that made big jumps, and I was like not going to be like, oh, can I have 440 instead of like 3 red to 4 red?
I'm imagining this person was doing singles,
Yeah.
and you had fives,
I had fives.
on a secondary movement.
Yeah. So, and nothing, I was working out with Kyle. Obviously nothing against Kyle. He was like, dude, we can change the weight. It's not a big deal. I was
He's
like,
super like chill about it.
yeah, great. It was nothing like, he was not like, bro, no. I was the one that was like, no, we'll just keep 4 reds on. Like I went from 3 reds
Because
to 4
normally you
reds.
make fun of me whenever I'm like, I want a yellow instead of a
No,
red.
I was just kidding. I joke about it. I don't actually mean it. I'll obviously
He's a
change
piece
weight
of
for you.
crap.
But so I jumped from like 1, 2, 3, 4 reds, and then I jumped right to 540 into a working set. And also Kyle warms up really fast. I am used to taking like breaks. Within 20 minutes, I was at 540. So that all of yesterday, I was at a new gym. I had a lot of people watching me. It was just kind of weird. I don't know. It was a new environment. My ego got the best of me 100%. I should have went into that session a lot differently and gave myself more room to improve instead of just trying to jump to some like unrealistic number. And I cared about the ego of, or I cared about what people were, when I told people like, I'm going to try like 550 for 5 today, they're like, like freaked out. And I was like, yeah, like that's cool. When in reality now my back is hurt. It's not bone. I don't think it's muscular. I'm talking to a physical therapist hopefully tomorrow, or no, it'll be Monday. And but right now I'm like on the heating pad pretty much all the time. I'm trying not to take any ibuprofen or anything like that, even though it hurts really bad. I rolled out a little bit last night. Not rolled out. I stretched a little bit last night. Any like glute movement, I tried to do a glute bridge. I can't do a glute bridge. Squatting with no weight hurts.
What's going with weight?
That still hurts. But like I took a hot shower and salt bath last night, and that helped a lot. But yeah, I think I also, it stems from I changed my bench form. Thanks, Jen Thompson. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Well, okay.
I'm gonna
with the things that she gave us, the pointers she gave us, I think one thing that I not forgot but didn't really think about is she's 50 years old. She's been doing this a long time. She can do things on bench press that we just can't do. First off, she's a world champion, world record holder for the bench press. So, like, going to telling, and not that you're having this problem, but for me, telling someone that she is like a 5'4" female and I'm a 6'2" male, like a lot bigger, a lot, like we just have very different leverages, very different everything. And me trying to copy someone like that just was not a really smart move looking back on it. But I took off my belt. I got my arch a lot
If
higher.
I may say something, in not necessarily Jen's defense, but I think I'm going to make an assumption. You're not rolling your back every day. And that's one thing.
I roll my back before my sessions.
But she's on it, like, because we were
Yeah, I know,
talking,
but she's a world level.
No, I know, but she, like, because she posts about it, on the way to driving, she stretches her back. Like, when she gets home, she stretches her back because of, like, putting your back in that much of a position. In a way, it's arching that extremely, especially, like, as big as you are, can be compromised.
Yeah.
Constantly doing something.
Yeah.
Because it was new, I feel like that's something.
No, I agree, and I think I could eventually work into it, but I jumped right into it and didn't, like, I wasn't stretching enough, I wasn't doing this, I was in pain, but I was just like, oh, it's fine, like, it'll go away because, whatever, which is never a smart thing to do. If you're in pain, you shouldn't be in pain. So, but my lower back when I would bench would just be, like, unbelievably sore and tight, and it would hurt after every session. And I think with high bar, when I did sets of 5, and on the third rep, my butt kind of shot out a little bit, and then all of that pressure was once again on my lower back, and that's when it really started hurting. But I was stupid and tried to crush out 2 more because, I had literally like 20 or 30 people just watching me, like cheering for me, and so it was kind of embarrassing failing that. But, yeah, it was I would say a learning experience of expect a lot out of yourself, but also you have to know boundaries and what's smart. Like, I really wanted 550 for 5. I think that's a goal of mine that, like, I'll have, and I think I could do that normally, but with a different variation of a movement. I went into it, like, I had a great session last week and was like, oh yeah, I can add 70 pounds. Like, that's for something that I did, I think 440 for 5, then I did 484 for 5. Jumping to something like 550 was just, like, unrealistic for me. I think that was, like, a little, I'm getting so caught up, and I'm trying to, like, kind of catch myself as I'm getting so caught up in squatting 7 that I'm forgetting I haven't squatted 650. I haven't squatted 300. I haven't squatted,
305.
Yeah. Like,
310.
Yeah, no, but, like,
realistically,
I haven't squatted that yet. I need to, like, kind of slow my roll and realize what it takes to build up to a 700-pound squat. To squat 700 pounds, guess what? I've squatted 645, but you have to squat 650, 660, 670, 680, and up above. So, like, I was talking to Edie about it because we rode in the car for, like, an hour driving home from the gym yesterday because she went and got me. It's just, like, kind of what I was doing through last prep was, like, enjoying the moment and, like, enjoying working up to that final PR, not necessarily having, like, I didn't know what I was going to squat my last meet. I didn't know any of that stuff, but kind of just enjoying the process of getting stronger instead of being like, I got to squat 700 pounds, like, next week. Like, no, I need to, like, take my time, take it back a notch and realize squatting 700 pounds, that's, like, a big deal. You don't just, like, happen to squat 700 pounds. It takes time. You have to really put in the work. And yeah, so that's kind of something that I am going through right now of being like, damn, I didn't learn that fast enough, and now I'm...
I think that's such a reflection on strength sports.
Yeah.
Because, like, in soccer, you get injured because you're pushing yourself too hard, but not because of a goal.
Yeah.
Well, metaphorically. But, like, in powerlifting, and especially these type of things, there is a method to it. And I'm not Mr. Science-based lifter, but, like, there is a process of getting strong, then getting a little bit stronger, and then testing, and then getting stronger, and then reeling back, and then getting stronger. You're not, like, you weren't going to squat 645 and squat 7 a month later.
Yeah.
You have to you have to earn it.
Yeah.
And so that's something that's very, like, something I think about a lot with this is, like, and that's why I love an off season, and that's why I love having to strip down and, like, get taken away from low reps, heavy weight. It's because, like, to me, in my mind, it's like I have to go back and earn working like that, and I have to earn the weight, And, like, I think it is something as well of, like, we're trusted with our RPE, but like we really don't take a week 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but also Becky thought that like
you had it
when I told her, I was like, I'm gonna squat something big. Like I was like, I'm going in there today and I'm doing something pretty crazy. And between like the whole 530, 550 range and like, you know.
And you're just an idiot, my man.
Yeah. Like I know.
No, it's like I was playing Subway Surfers on the plane, and I was like setting a new high score, and I died. You want to know why I died? Because I was greedy. I was going for extra coins. I didn't need, you know. And it's the same thing. We get greedy in the gym.
Yeah.
That's a really good analogy. I'm just
Subway
joking.
Surfers.
But we get greedy in the gym, and like that's the thing is like if you stay in pocket, you're 9.99 times out of 10 not going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But it's when you switch a warm up, you change a variable, and like you did have a lot of
jumped too much.
You were in a new
two
gym.
Big jumps, new gym, warmed up way faster than I normally did. I had people that I didn't know screaming at me. There's like 20 or 30 people in that gym. All of them were looking at me and Kyle because I was working out with Kyle in that gym. He's like, damn God. And so I was working out with him, and like, you know, God, I got something in my throat.
I can fix it.
Ew. Anywho, yeah, it was just like a whole thing. I felt like I had like something to prove going into there, and it was stupid. I shouldn't have felt that way, but yeah,
I remember
kind of just what I learned yesterday, and I am disappointed in myself because I try and be as like, you know, injury prevention, being smart, you know, all that stuff. But yesterday kind of got the best of me. I was taking, you know, like I said, too big of jumps, warmed up too fast. It didn't really have like my full routine beforehand because Kyle was already warming up. So I was like, all right, I'll just like do some air squats and go. And yeah, so no one's fault but mine. But yeah, now I'm paying the consequences for it. I'm not training today. I had SBD yesterday. Didn't do bench and deadlift. So yeah, we're here. We're chilling. We got Taylor Swift tonight. That's all that matters.
Yes,
Then
sir.
I'll go back into recovery.
Go back into your pod.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I did a little bit of cupping 2 nights ago. I'm going through ice and heating pad. I like the water running over my back. I got the water really hot in the shower and just let it run. That helps a lot. And then, I mean, really just light stretching. With stuff like this, there's not that much you can really do. You kind of got to just wait it out and just do what you can. Don't be, running around. Don't be in the gym. Just try and relax. I mean, if you need to take an Advil or two, take an Advil or two. I try and avoid that at all costs. But, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, what I'm doing. So, we'll see. I'm hurting a lot. So it really kind of freaked me out yesterday. And,
it's like a reality check.
Yeah.
I feel like we think we're like, kids think they're invincible, that's why we do stupid things, and then you get hurt, and
It's a
you're
big
like,
reality check.
and then you're like, whoa, like I'm, obviously you're like, I'm not invincible, but it is also just kind of like it's very sobering, because we don't ever feel, like when I get sick or something, like you don't ever feel like you can be stopped, and then you get stopped, and it's like, A, you become very grateful for the times that you weren't, and the times that you didn't feel like that, but B, it's also just like, it's a good mindset thing, and like not saying it's a good thing that you got hurt, because obviously it's not, and that sucks. But like I think maybe going into prep, this is going to be a
little different,
restart.
And it was so interesting. Like I tell you what, I unracked 540, and it felt like it was air. It was crazy how light it felt, and I would have been able to do it. Like the first 2 reps were super easy. But the 3rd rep, my butt shot out just a little bit. And because my back has been sore and because it was high bar, my butt shot out just a little bit. And then I did the 4th rep, did it really bad. 5th rep, it was not recoverable. And Becky was just like, yeah, your hip shot out so bad that your back was just not able to carry it anymore. And I just fell down. Luckily, I had good spotters. And they protected me because it could have always been worse. It could always be worse. So, at least I'm, walk in and I didn't like actually get crushed or something like that.
You didn't break anything.
Yeah.
You didn't tear anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm injured, but like I'm sure I'll be back next week and I'll be fine. Like not fine, but I'll have to take it slow. But I'm not. It's not like I'm gonna be down for like 3 or 4 weeks.
540 tonight.
Like it's not like I'm gonna be down for weeks. I'm a little upset that I wish I would have went at that session a little bit differently, and because I think it was an unrealistic thing. I mean, I did 550 for 4.
If you were at MBB properly warmed up,
I maybe could have, but like also I should have taken 518 first. I shouldn't have made the jump from 484 to 540. That was a big jump. Unless I'm doing singles, there's no reason for me to jump that high.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really big on when I was at the FIG games, I like having a long warm up. I'd rather start early and just like be able to take my time than like be rushed. If I'm rushed, I'm done.
I was stressed warming you up and the jumps.
Because it's like I love taking my time. I don't like being rushed. So yeah, it was like a whole just different experience, and I learned there's a reason why I take longer warm-ups, why my warm-up routines before I even touch a weight are a lot more than I did yesterday, and yeah, I think I just proved my point that, don't fall low people that, and obviously this is nothing against Kyle, this was all I'm the one that said.
And that's the thing is, like, Kyle, that's how he warms up, and he was doing singles.
Yeah.
So if that can work for him, it's also.
Well, I would have done that if I were doing singles.
You're right. It's what do you know that works for you best, right?
When I'm warming up for sets of 5, 6, 7, I'm warming up differently than when I'm warming up for singles.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just a way different warm up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was my fault 100%. And Kyle had a big PR yesterday, 628. It was cool watching that, but it was literally he did that like 2 sets after I hurt my back, so I wasn't as excited because I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But still happy for him. It'll be exciting. But yeah, so just kind of hanging out. Not doing much today.
In process of recovery.
Yeah, so like after this, I'll stretch a little bit.
It's putting it to work, We can talk about it as much as we want, but when push comes to shove, like how are you on the platform? What are you doing off the platform in these type of situations?
What you're doing outside of the gym is questionably more important than what you do inside the gym.
I've said that for months.
Yeah.
I give Becky 2 hours. The other 22 are mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's, to me, where most of the difference is made. Obviously, you have to train with intensity. You have to train, with like integrity.
With ferocious intensity.
With ferocity.
Yeah.
But the other 22 hours of your eating, sleeping, like I don't care how hard you train. If you're not sleeping, if you're not eating, like cool, like unless you are the 0.001%, you're not going to see any progress. But if you're making all the other steps and then you start training hard and you're sleeping well, eating well, drinking water, you do those 3 things, like you will not be stopped.
Yeah, I agree.
Opinion.
I agree.
Walking, I think walking is like the greatest thing ever.
Wow.
Like legitimately.
I hate walking.
I think walking is like the answer to everything.
That's fair.
I have this really bad mindset. Like if I go on a walk, everything will be fine. But like it always is.
That's me with energy drinks. Just put an energy drink in my hand and I'm good.
And this is it.
And a Zoom.
Cinderella.
Give me a little Zunchino.
Going
down to Zimbabwe. Listening to Leonard Zinard.
A little upper decky.
But yeah, so I mean, we just kind of wanted to talk about that, like kind of what different recovery processes are. I like the heating pad a lot.
Drew's actually sleeping. He's not awake.
I don't do ice packs as much. I do that maybe once or twice a day. But
pretty against ice.
I think it has its benefits. It has anti-inflammatory benefits, which is nice.
Yes, I think ice at the beginning can be okay, but and this is my experience, my knowledge. Again, I don't know everything, but I know blood flow is the best for recovery, and ice inhibits blood flow.
I'd like to argue this. So one thing, I love ice. I think ice is one of the greatest things ever. But when I had my back injury, they were specific. Don't do any ice. Don't ice it like I did. Used to take ice baths like every other night. Then when back happened, I didn't do it for like a year or just any ice at all because they're like, we don't want any of the muscles to tense up or like get any more stiffer than they already are. And
I like them. I don't know who them are or who the people telling you this is, but I like them.
I can't even remember, but I know that's what they said. They're like, don't do it by any means at all until like you're fully recovered. Once you're fully recovered, then to do it because I mean, anti-inflammatory. Obviously, we know how that works. Slows down the inflamed. And I'm a big believer in ice baths. I don't know what they do. They could be placebo and just make you feel horrible, but when you get out, it feels so fantastic. My back feels so much better. My kneecaps feel so much better.
So, ice baths in the sense of you're not injured and you're doing it 3 to 4 hours after a workout or before a workout, I think they're very beneficial for recovery. And like, if you go on a 50-mile bike ride and you take an ice bath, more times than not, you're not going to feel anything the next day. But if there is a muscle that is injured and one thing that needs like specific recovery and attention, that is where I'm against, and not an ice bath, but icing the muscle because that reduces blood flow, and blood flow is shown to be the best thing for recovery.
Yeah, if you're injured, then yeah, like I just said, like back and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think ice baths are fine. Again, everything like, I mean, ice baths also have like a 1,000% increase in dopamine. So like that's why like the second you're out of an ice bath, it sucks in it, but you feel amazing. But I think for like, and again, this is just for me. Like if I had your back thing, I wouldn't be icing.
Yeah.
But that's just where like I come from in the side of the fence. I can actually sleep on a fence.
Wow.
Name that quote.
No idea.
Office.
No, I probably could have guessed that.
Yeah, I mean, any quote 9 times out of 10 is from The Office. Yeah. Or DJ Khaled. Life is Roblox. Time to bring out the whole ocean.
What's this?
And perhaps, what is this? Water. And what is this?
That's crazy.
A fork.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Just kind of taking my time now. We've had a few injuries this past week. Not been a good week. It's just been a down week.
You probably know why.
Huh?
I was out of the country.
Yeah. Matthew leaves, everything goes to shit.
Yep. Remember that.
That's a fair point.
I'm just kidding. Am I?
As we slowly zoom in.
Yeah. Bro, I literally got home and Noah's like, I started to feel better.
I was like, whoa.
I can walk.
Let's go squat. So yeah.
Noah gets like 5 more inches on his arch.
I don't even have to
have
bench
range.
anymore. Just I'm Evan Hawk. Yeah, so I think I'm also going to go back to wearing a belt on bench.
Wow.
Becky told me to. And I may have one day with belt, one day without.
That's valid.
Or like 2 days with, 2 days with. I don't know. But, so yeah, I think I'm going to try, because I am almost 100% sure that's the root of this problem, is ever since I've stopped doing that, my back is hurt on bench, and it's carried over to where I'm benching like 4 times a week, and my lower back was just not able to recover from that. And with deadlifting, actually, it doesn't really hurt on deadlifting, I'm not going to lie. But it does kind of wear out. Sets of 6 paused. I don't care what you're doing, how good your form is. It's going to wear out your lower back just a little bit. So I'm doing that. And yeah. So nothing against this. Like I said, this was all on me. Nothing that Becky said. I don't take that into account at all. She, if anything, she's been super helpful. She's like, hey, do this. How you feeling? She texted me this morning at like 8 a.m. Was like, how you doing? Like, let me know how you're doing.
That's so goated.
Yeah. So Becky's been helpful.
And how much does she charge for that? I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, she's been super helpful. She was texting me all day yesterday about it. I was really upset about it. And she was kind of like, don't beat yourself up about it. It's okay. Like, everyone kind of goes through this type of thing. And I was kind of gaslighting myself into thinking, like, I was like, my career's over. But not really.
Yeah.
Not really. But, like, I was like, it could have been a lot worse. And I was kind of freaking out because also at Trueborn, it was a lot worse. Like, I had to sit down for like 30 minutes. I couldn't squat without like pain.
Well, like, he was supposed to
couldn't
pick
do
me up
anything.
from the airport, and you're like, I don't think I can drive.
I couldn't. Like, I was in the car with Edie.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was in the car with Edie, and I was so uncomfortable. Like, I literally came home, laid in the beanbag, had the heating pad underneath, and just fully laid out. And then went in bed and did the same thing. And just like, I don't know, it was just weird. I didn't like it. But yeah, Becky kind of calmed me down and was like, it's okay. Like, it's not like you're going to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been like, I could have folded completely and really hurt myself. But luckily, I had great spotters, and they obviously, was perfect execution of how they saved me. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just a learning curve, but it just sucks because I'm so amped up for the Olympia, and I just want everything to be perfect. But sometimes stuff's just not perfect, and you kind of gotta.
But that's like what makes the athlete and makes the experience.
Yeah, you just kind of gotta make your own way and figure it out.
I was thinking about that this week because, like, on vacation, life is so easy.
Yeah.
I wake up, we drink coffee as a family for an hour, go on a hike, I go to the gym, swim at the beach, swim in the pool, eat. The only thing that was hard about the vacation was there wasn't enough protein. Which is pretty hard. No, but I'm like. It makes life almost like not meaningless, but it's like you just know you can't.
Like, what are you doing
forever?
Like, what's your purpose?
Right. It's so like there's a guy who works on there who's awesome, but like and he's really young, and he was telling us he's like he golfs every day, he works out, and that's it. And like that sounds like a dream. He's like, but I don't know if I'm ready for like this type of life yet. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, like I agree. It's like
when you work your whole life and like accomplish some cool stuff,
you feel like you
earned it.
You feel like. Thanos at the end of Infinity War, where you can sit and watch the sunrise on a grateful universe. If you haven't saved like all of existence yet, I feel like this is a joke, but not really. It's like it's just it's purposeless not doing anything sometimes, especially how young we are because we're so driven. And so like all of that to circle back and say like sometimes something like this or reality check gives you a new purpose. Like you're gonna come back even better, because like if you're a winner, it's like it's like the success story. The people who succeed the most are the people who lose. They say an entrepreneur has to have like 9 failed businesses before he starts the right one. Mm-hmm. If the people who in lower school, middle school, high school, college, who get all A's always, and then they're faced with their first anything, don't know what to do. I've been failing my whole life, brother. Mm-hmm. Like I know how to fail and come back from it, and there's a school. I'm not going to name drop the school, but it's pretty obvious which one it is. Where there's a very high suicide rate because people fail for the first time and they don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. That's because it's their first time failing, and the school's that hard. The C students, unfortunately, and it's not something to bring light to, but like they're not the ones with these problems because they've failed and they know how to cope with it. Like not ever experiencing failure, I think makes you not less of a man, but like
no, I think it does. Not less of a man, I would say.
Man is not the right term, but less of a person because you don't know like it.
What real life is.
Character is built in the trenches, in failure. Like the times
where
we
not
entertaining enough? I feel like this is solid too. I feel like and I've told you this, the moments in my life where
he's told me this.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
Do you actually?
No.
Oh. The moments in my life where I've been most defined and most like filled with a purpose are the moments I've been sat down and said like, here's what you're doing wrong. Like at a job I wasn't getting a promotion, and this was like Chick-fil-A, it didn't matter. But they were like, this is what you're doing wrong, and I was like, holy shit, I need to change, and it's like those moments.
And that just flipped the switch in me where
I was like, okay, fuck you. Watch this. But literally though, and I hate how accurate those things are because it's the internet, but it's like, yes, that is when I had the most passion because I faced failure.
Yeah.
And that's what drives, I think, work. That's what drives ethic. That's what drives drive. Yeah. Power.
It's about
drive. Stay hungry, read this hour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours.
So definitely a learning experience.
I think you're enough.
What? Oh, thanks. I was like, what? Put that together. So we're moving on. Hopefully I'll be better next week. But if not, that's okay. But I'm just going to do everything I can. Recover and...
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
She sees love. No, I see love. She sees.
I've never listened to that song
it's
once.
So good.
And then you're not going to play it for me because it's not going to turn into the new
Oh, it will.
Cupid
It
or
will.
Bowser.
It's too late.
No, it's not. That song's not good like those were. Bowser is good.
Peaches, you mean?
I mean, Peaches was good.
What about the
Cupid
Ice Spice
was good.
Party song? I've been hearing Drew listening to that.
Oh, yeah, I have heard that when Drew's in the shower and he
Yeah.
sings it too.
He's in that mood.
Yeah. He's in that Barbie mood.
And every morning.
Yeah.
And every night.
Oh, yeah. I can see that outfit as a Barbie outfit.
Low-key, his Barbie is
He's a Barbie.
just Powerlifting America. It's not actually powerlifting.
It's a special Powerlifting America Barbie.
That's right.
I want that box.
That's valid.
I wouldn't open it.
Can they do custom Barbies? You know, it'd be hilarious getting Drew as a Barbie in that outfit.
That'd be
I
pretty
would.
cool.
I would shit.
The Stefan candle immediately thrown out because that would be
That'd be
way
cool.
more funny. Like that would be
Yeah,
incredible.
that would be. And
I'm
like,
gonna figure that out.
yeah.
You
Okay.
can do custom bobblehead.
All right, guys, we've got work to do.
Yeah, we have missions to accomplish now.
But I hope you got a little something out of this episode, whether
Yeah.
it be this or that.
You never want to be injured, but it's also not the end of the world.
It's
You
just-
can recover. You'll
I
be
look
fine.
at life
but-
of having a Batman tool belt, and it's just
Yeah.
adding something to your belt,
Yeah.
adding a skill, adding a recovery method, having something to when those times come. Batman doesn't want to use his belt, but he has to, and I think that's how life is.
Me too.
Anyway,
You'll never
guys.
see us in the same room.
Yeah. Whoa, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Is that where you're always gone at night?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The streets, Marietta, needs you. All right,
Also,
guys.
Married to Barbell.
Thanks for checking in on
the
this
people
episode.
need members of Married to Barbell.
The dog. All right,
Kovo,
guys.
Kovu, whatever.
We hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back on our regular grind.
Yeah, we'll have a new energy drink. We'll have a cool one.
Yeah.
I think I want to do the one in Publix. I think that'd be
Okay,
a funny one.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching T25 Podcast. We have some cool announcements if you've been on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to
Follow
announce
us.
that?
Sure, that's fine by me.
Let's do it in the next episode.
Okay, yeah, because this one's at the very end.
Yeah. All right, guys. Check us out on Instagram, something else on the other one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I can't run this time.
Oh, yeah.